I wonder how far these superstars are willing...
Excellent counter. What ring presence?
What do you think of the match so far? He countered that one perfectly. He could pin him right here, JR. I think Triple H might be the greatest superstar of his generation.
A textbook reversal there. What an incredible performance by these phenomenal superstars.
Did you expect anything less, JR? I mean, look who's in the ring right now.
No, I didn't, King. I had high expectations, and I'm happy to say that this match has exceeded them all.
So, how do you think this one's going to turn out, JR?
Honestly, King, I have absolutely no idea. Anything can happen here in the WWE.
But you've got to have a guess, right?
I might, but
it's like he read his opponent's mind.
2, 3.
I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars really are.
You've got to have some excellent conditioning to be able to do what they do.
Well, that's the name of the game, JR. You got to keep moving. No dog ever peed on a moving car.
Oh, that's a lovely image, King. I'd ask you where you come up with this stuff, but I don't think I want to know, quite frankly.
All's fair in love and war, JR. And I love it when this guy goes to war.
Whoever said that cheaters never prosper certainly never saw this man in action. When I look at Triple H, all I see is lost opportunities. He's so talented and so what a reversal.
You know, JR, I rack my...
The submission is locked in. This could be huge.
Oh, my gosh, JR. You can't go long without tapping out to this. His opponent telegraphed that one. These superstars are putting everything on the line here in this match.
They sure are, and they're doing it all for the WWE fans. Without them, there'd be no WWE. You're not going to get him with that one.
There's the pin!
A reversal. Can he capitalize on it?
I think I know who's going to win this match, but I don't want to say. I'm afraid I'll jinx it.
Come on, King. Don't tell me you're superstitious.
Of course not, JR. I'm not superstitious because I know that's unlucky.
That's a short climb, but a potentially long fall.
What a counter! got to say, JR, I'm really impressed by what we've seen here tonight.
How could you not be, King? These are some of the finest athletes in all of sports entertainment.
I know that, JR. I'm just saying that this has been a great match so far.
It has indeed, King, and I think it's only going to get better from here on out.
I can't believe he countered that one.
Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard to guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Oh, really?
He saw that one coming. He's going in for the kill.
There it is, the pedigree.
He reversed it. I don't know where he thinks he's going. What a finishing move. I get chills every time I see it.
He's going up. This could backfire. I'm not so sure this one's about winning or losing anymore. I think it's become more personal than that.
Of course it's personal, JR. Anytime you step into the ring with someone who wants to beat you down in order to win the match, it's personal.
I guess I can't argue with that, King. I just wonder if they'll be able to settle their differences in this match, or if it's going to wind up bigger than that. I tell you, King, I've got no earthly idea how these superstars can maintain this intensity week after week after week.
It's not easy, JR. There's no off-season. It's not like you've got 6 months to recover after WrestleMania.
That's for damn sure. And that's why I don't think there can be any doubt in anyone. He's a slippery devil. He's got that submission hold locked in.
He sure does, JR. He might make his opponent tap out right here. Boy, these superstars have impressed the heck out of me here tonight.
Same here, King. We expected a solid match. We're seeing a great one unfold. He's not going to get caught with that one.
This is great, JR. Would you call this one a slobber knocker?
It's too early to tell, King, but it's definitely one hellacious matchup, no doubt about it.
I feel like the luckiest guy in the world, JR. I can't believe I actually get paid to do this job.
Well, don't let Eric Bischoff hear you say that, King, or you might wind up having to do it for free.
That's true. Bischoff's so cheap, he won't even tip a canoe.
2. He's got the crowd and his opponent in the palm of his hand.
That can change in an instant, especially if you let your opponent catch his breath. I don't care how tough you are, JR. No one can take this kind of pain for long.
You're absolutely right, King. We've seen many superstars tap out to this very hold.
He turned the tables on his opponent with that one. Man, is there even going to be anything left of these superstars by the time they're done?
Not if they have their way, King. Everything they came in here with tonight is going to be left in that ring, mark my words.
I hope these fans appreciate it, JR. These superstars are putting it all on the line for them right here tonight. Watch out! He reversed it! I think these superstars are getting some feedback from the crowd, JR.
Nothing wrong with that, King. That's what we like to hear.
That submission is locked in, JR, and this is a tough hold to break.
It sure is, King. And even if...
Oh, my gosh, JR! That's it! The match...
Oh, would you look at this? Ric Flair and Triple H are double teaming him now. And this match is over, by God. How despicable can you get?
He was asking for it, JR. Flair hit him in self-defense. Didn't you see the way he went after the Nature Boy?
He did no such thing, King. Triple H and Flair will do anything it takes to keep the title around the game's waist. And that includes taking out the competition.
Hey, I saw what Triple H and Flair pulled last week. This crap is getting really old. You okay?
I'll live, but they're not gonna get off that easy.
Listen, you're good, but this is a numbers game. There's two of them, but one of you. Dude, you've got to even that up.
What do you have in mind?
Hey, I'm one of the few guys in the Raw locker room who's pinned Triple H for a 3 count. I don't have an Intercontinental title defense tonight. So how about you and me team up and give Triple H and Flair a little payback?
Sounds good to me. But what's in it for you?
Anytime I step into the ring with the World Heavyweight Champ, my stock goes up. And when I hit him with the T-bone and pin him again, I'll be that much closer to earning the World Heavyweight title match I deserve. Let's do this.
There's the reversal. I wonder if Smackdown's going to have anything nearly this good next Thursday.
I think we both know the answer to that one, King. How could they compete with a match like this?
Looks like a tag to me. His opponent telegraphed that one. I think these superstars have any intention of taking it easy on each other tonight.
That's not what they signed up for, King. And quite frankly, I think these fans would be disappointed if they didn't go all out.
Well, that's easy for the fans to say. They never set foot inside that ring.
No, but they spend their hard-earned dollars to watch what goes on inside it. And without them, we'd all be out of a job. A textbook reversal there.
3, 4.
Shelton Benjamin's a perfect example of why you don't want to let a young superstar rise too far too fast. All of his success has gone straight to his head.
What in the world?
That submission is locked in, JR, and this is a tough hold to break.
It sure is, King. And even if you break the hold, it takes its toll on you.
1,
Excellent counter. What ring pressing?
2, 3, 1.
When I look at Triple H, all I see is lost opportunities. He's so talented. A reversal. Can he capitalize on it? There's absolutely no question in my mind that Ric Flair is one of the true legends of this business.
I can't believe he countered that one. You know, JR, I racked my brains trying to think of a single flaw in Triple H, and I couldn't come up with anything. It's like he says, he really is the only diamond in this business.
I bet I can help you out there, King. He's arrogant. He's selfish. and self-centered. He'll sacrifice anyone and anything to get what he wants. He countered that and made it look easy.
Did they get the tag? Yes! I could watch these superstars go at it all night, JR.
So could I, King, but all good things must come to an end. Let's just hope it just doesn't end too soon.
He reversed it. I think Triple H might be the greatest superstar of his generation. Uh-oh. Talk about a hole you don't want to find yourself in.
No kidding. This'll rearrange your anatomy.
These superstars are putting everything on the line here in this match.
They sure are.
Here's the pin. Could this be it?
I think Shelton Benjamin's theme song says it all. I truly believe there's no. How can the referee allow something like that?
Come on, JR. You know that the referee's health plan doesn't include vision.
5.
What a reversal.
I don't think the fans appreciated that one very much, but I don't think he cares much what the fans think.
That much is obvious, King. What a low-down, despicable move that was.
9.
Boy, it's obvious these superstars have done their homework on each other.
They sure have, and this is one hell of an exam.
Let's hope it's not their final exam, JR. I'd love to see them go at it again.
He's a slippery devil. These superstars are in terrific shape, and that comes as no surprise whatsoever.
No kidding. If you don't have that conditioning, you're not going to last long in a match.
You sure aren't. And that's only one of the many reasons I try to stay out of the ring whenever possible.
If any superstar shows the slightest hint of weakness, they've lost the match.
That's for sure. No matter how beat up you are, you can't ever let your... And it's been reversed.
These superstars are putting on a great match so far, JR. But if they drop the ball, these fans will let them hear about it.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. These competitors...
Uh-oh. This isn't going to be pretty. They got the tag. Look at that. No fear whatsoever. What an amazing superstar.
Be that as it may, this isn't the sort of thing that wins matches, King.
2. 3.
Watch out! He reversed it!
4. 5.
I wonder how far these superstars are willing to go to get the win here tonight.
As far as it takes, King.
7.
We've seen them put their bodies on the line time and time again. And I'm sure tonight will be no different.
1. 2.
I am so glad Chris Benoit isn't the World Heavyweight Champion anymore, JR.
4.
I couldn't stand it when Raw was being represented by someone like him.
5.
Oh, yeah. What a tragedy it was to have a champion
6.
who was utterly devoted to the business and to the fans, and who always...
We could see a finishing move right here. Looks like things have quieted down here a bit, JR.
Well, you can be certain that won't last long, King.
That's for sure. I haven't seen the superstar yet who goes down without a fight.
What a submission hold! Could this be a tap out?
It isn't. The hold can't be broken. You can't take this kind of pain for long. You gotta respect the commitment and the dedication of these superstars to their careers.
No question about it, King. Every superstar on the roster has had to make more sacrifices than any other professional athlete I know.
It really is like being married to your career. There's not much room for anything else.
And marriage is a subject which you happen to be something of an authority. Isn't that right, King?
Come on now, JR. A man doesn't know what true happiness is until he's married. And then it's too late. He sure is, JR. And I think he got all of that finisher. Looks like they got the tag, JR.
Talk about having no respect for your coach.
Well, if you've got a problem with it, maybe you should do something about it, JR.
1, 2,
I wonder how long these superstars will be able to keep this up.
3,
They'll go as long as they need to, King. And if they can't,
4.
they won't be having their arms raised after the match. That's for damn
5.
sure.
1, 2,
Ric Flair's a 16-time world champion, JR.
3.
What a counter!
4,
He's got the crowd and his opponent in the palm of his hand.
That can change in an instant, especially if you let your opponent catch his breath. I'd hate to be that referee, JR. Can you imagine how...
That went nowhere.
He's looking for that finisher, and he can do it here. I don't know where he thinks he's going. This could finish the match right here.
He's tagged in his partner.
You've got to love Ric Flair. The Nature Boy doesn't let anything stand in his way.
Yeah, including the rules. I tell you, if Flair wasn't a WWE superstar, he'd make a great lawyer or politician.
He turned the tables on his opponent with that one. Oh boy, there's the tag. I feel like the luckiest guy in the world, JR. I can't believe I actually get paid.
He's got that submission hold locked in.
He sure does, JR. He might make his opponent tap out right here.
Boy, when you look at these superstars, it really drives home the fact that Raw is the dominant brand of sports entertainment.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, JR. There's not a superstar on the SmackDown roster who could hold a candle to Raw's finest.
I wouldn't go that far, King. There are quite a few SmackDown superstars who I'd love to have on Raw.
Oh, come on, JR. Why would you want to lower the tone of the Raw locker room by bringing in some losers from SmackDown?
King, next time you call Undertaker, Kurt Angle, and John Cena losers,
1,
make sure you give me some warning so I can get out of the way before you do it. I don't want to be a part of any of your trouble.
3, 4,
Looks like someone's heading for the high rent district. Oh my gosh, this could be the finisher. Wow, listen to these fans, JR.
You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all the people some of the time, but there's no fooling the WWE fans at all.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I tell you, JR, this one has the potential to be a match of the year candidate.
No doubt about it, King. As far as I'm concerned, any WWE match has that potential. Everyone on the roster is an accomplished wrestler. He's got his opponent locked in a submission hold.
We can see a tap out right here, JR. He saw that one coming. Oh, man, that doesn't look good.
Talk about targeting a body part and picking it apart.
Oh, boy, you might want to close your eyes, JR. This one could get ugly.
You're damn right it could. The submission has been expertly applied.
Oh, my gosh, it's over, JR.
Listen up, Benjamin. All I hear backstage is you running your mouth about how you pinned Triple H this and you beat Triple H that. Well, the fact is, everyone knows you just got lucky. Simple as that. It was a fluke. And it's never going to happen again. Do you understand me? Never again.
What a man. What a noble champion. Once again, assaulting his opponent after the match is over. And damn it, Shelton Benjamin is right. He has beaten Triple H in the past, fair and square.
You heard Triple H, JR. It was a fluke. He says Shelton Benjamin isn't in his league, and from the looks of things, he's right. You've got to love Ric Flair. The Nature Boy doesn't let anything stand in his way.
Yeah, including the rules. I tell you, if Flair wasn't a WWE superstar, he'd make a great lawyer or politician.
It's like he read his opponent's mind. What are they going to do next?
I couldn't even begin to guess, King. That's why they say anything can happen. A reversal. Can he capitalize on it?
Chris Benoit thinks he's the toughest superstar in the WWE, but I think he's lying through his tooth.
Will you stop? How can he possibly not like Chris Benoit, King? How can he not have respect for his accomplishments?
What? His opponent telegraphed that one. You better tell the cameraman not to go for any close-ups on Chris Benoit, JR. We don't want people's TV screens cracking.
I don't think Benoit ever won any contest, King. That's probably because he was too busy putting his body on the line year after year, and it's been reversed.
I think this one could go either way, JR.
It sure could. Until the referee calls for the bell, this is still anyone's match. Excellent counter. What ring presence.
Ric Flair's a 16-time world champion, JR. 16 times. There's not a WWE superstar in history who's done that.
Yeah, if a single one of those title reigns didn't start with the dirtiest player in the game.
I can't believe he countered that one. It's matches like this that make this the greatest job in the world, JR.
Absolutely, King. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
I think the best is yet to come in this match, JR.
I agree with you 100%. Whenever you put abilities of this caliber in a match together, it just gets better and better. I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars really are.
You've got to have some excellent conditioning to be able to do what they do.
Well, that's the name of the game, JR. You got to keep moving. No dog ever peed on a moving car.
Oh, that's a lovely image, King. I'd ask you where you come up with this stuff, but I don't think I want to know, quite frankly.
He's got his opponent locked in the submission, JR. This could be it.
It could indeed. He might force his opponent to tap out right here.
He reversed it. I am so glad Chris Benoit isn't the World Heavyweight Champion anymore, JR. I couldn't stand it when Raw was being represented by someone like him.
Oh, yeah. What a tragedy it was to have a champion who was utterly devoted to the business and to the fans, and who always went out to that ring, and you're not going to get him with that one.
These fans can't stand it when he does this, JR, but I think it's great.
He's sure not going to win over any fans with that move, but I don't think that bothers him too much, quite frankly.
So, JR, are you enjoying the match so far? Uh-oh. This isn't going to be pretty. I'd hate to be that referee, JR. Can you imagine having to tell one of these superstars no?
Boy, I think I've had nightmares. And there he goes! The submission is locked in!
Oh my gosh! He might make his opponent tap right here!
There's absolutely no question in my mind that Ric Flair is one of the true legends of this business. I just think it's a shame that many of his accomplishments...
Yes! That was an incredible move! What strategy?
Strategy, my Oklahoma ass. That's cheating, plain and simple.
I've been looking forward to this match all night, JR. I can't believe it's finally underway.
This has been a hotly anticipated contest. And as far as I'm concerned, it's living up to the hype.
No question about that, JR. The fans certainly seem to be into it, that's for sure.
And when it comes down to it, that's all that matters.
He saw that one coming. Now remember, kids, whatever you do, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. Even these trained professionals wind up pretty badly banged up after a match. The submission is locked in. This could be huge.
Oh my gosh, JR! You can't go long without tapping out to this. So come on, JR. Just between you and me, who are you pulling for in this matchup?
I'd like to see a clean victory by a superstar with a lot of heart and a lot of intensity who puts on the best performance possible for the fans, King. What a reversal.
Man, is there even going to be anything left of these superstars by the time they're done?
Not if they have their way, King. Everything they came in here with tonight is going to be left in that ring, mark my words.
I hope these fans appreciate it, JR. These superstars are putting it all on the line. There's the reversal.
He's got that submission hold locked in.
He sure does, JR. He might make his opponent tap out right here. He turned the tables on his opponent with that one. I wonder if SmackDown's going to have anything nearly this good next Thursday.
I think we both know the answer to that one, King. How could they compete with a match like this? What a submission hold! Could this be a tap out?
It isn't. The hold can't be broken. You can't take this kind of pain for long. Can you believe we actually get paid to do this job, JR?
It's like a dream come true, King. Except when I have to sit here and listen to you drool over the Divas.
Come on, JR.
Oh, boy, this is not going to be an easy hole to escape from.
It sure isn't, JR. I've been on the wrong end of that one many times. Listen to the crowd, JR. I think they've got something to say to these superstars.
And if they're smart, they'll listen. Remember, without these fans, these superstars are out of a job. I'll tell you what, King, the WWE superstars are about the greatest athletes you'll find in...
Uh-oh. Talk about a hole you don't want to find yourself in.
No kidding. This will rearrange your anatomy. What a match. I wonder if we'll ever... My God, that's John Cena and the Big Show from Smackdown. What the hell are they doing here on Raw?
I can't believe this, JR. Somebody call security. Look out, Triple H.
My God, that bug John Cena is choking the life out of Ric Flair with his damn chain.
Is this how thugs like Cena treat their elders on SmackDown? This is bad, JR. Oh my God, what's that ogre Big Show gonna do?
They were down but not out, by God.
I don't think this is over, JR.
Not by a long shot, King. But why were those SmackDown superstars here on Raw? And what's going to happen next?
You know, normally I'd come out here on Raw in front of the entire world. Flash this World Heavyweight title. And once again, make clear to all you people, all the people watching at home, and all the guys in the back, that I am the best in the business. Yeah. That's what I'd normally do. And whether you love it or you hate it, you all tune in to see it. But that's not gonna happen tonight. See, last week, two gutless nobodies from SmackDown thought they could come to Raw and take out Triple H and Ric Flair, the two greatest champions this business has ever seen. But just like everything SmackDown does, they only got it half right. As you can see, I I'm still standing.
Well, thank goodness for that.
But Ric Flair was not so lucky. John Cena crushed his larynx with that chain. And Big Show nearly broke his damn neck with that chokeslam. Look at this man. He can't style. Hell, he can barely profile. Cena, Big Show, I don't care who you are or where you come from. You do not lay your hands on this man. This man is a 16-time world champion. He's a kiss-stealing, wheeling-dealing son of a gun. He should be riding in limousines, not ambulances. And now, all those desperate housewives in this arena will have to go home to their fat, impotent husbands and cry themselves to sleep because Space Mountain is closed for repairs.
It's so sad, JR.
Oh, it's sad, all right. Why don't you take a minute and pull yourself together, kid?
Well, look who it is. I wonder if he's here to gloat.
I doubt that, King. He took his lumps last week just as sure as Triple H did.
Well, Triple H, I guess you've got some idea how I felt when you and Flair took out Shelton Benjamin 2 weeks ago.
That's a completely different story. Shelton Benjamin ran his mouth and he got what was coming to him. John Cena and the Big Show had no business with me or you or the Nature Boy. And speaking of you, I've just about had it with your...
Hold that thought, Triple H. You two had better get on the same page. Because I'm not going to stand for SmackDown superstars invading my show. By the authority of the board of directors, you're going to have a sanctioned match against them next week at SummerSlam. But that doesn't mean we're going to wait until then to even the score. This Thursday, you're going to SmackDown to return the favor.
Hey, what a great idea, Bischoff. I would have never thought of that. I don't need your advice. And I don't need your permission to do whatever I damn well please. And if you think you can order me around, think again. And as for you, you can forget about being on the same page with me. We're not even in the same damn library, understand? You come to SmackDown if you want, but you better not get in my way.
Well, I don't always agree with General Manager Eric Bischoff's actions, but I have to give him credit. He's arranged a SummerSlam match against the Big Show and John Cena and ordered an immediate counterattack on SmackDown to boot.
Man, JR, I can't wait. Raw superstars are headed to SmackDown. I'll tell you what, SmackDown is going to be sorry they ever messed with Raw.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Smackdown. I'm Michael Cole along with Taz and partner. The locker room is still buzzing about that attack by John Cena and The Big Show on some top Raw superstars last week. And can you believe that the board of directors has sanctioned a cross-brand grudge match for this Sunday at SummerSlam?
But that's not all, Cole. Some of those Raw superstars have said they're gonna show up here tonight to get some payback. Wait, is that Triple H and Flair in the ring right now?
I am the game. Woo! And tonight, I'm coming to SmackDown to find the guys who kicked my ass and made my father, the Nature Boy, cry like a little girl. Say, Nate, why do they still call you the Nature Boy, huh? Aren't you about 90? Maybe they should call you Father Time. But seriously, yo, no one can say that SmackDown didn't make an impact on Raw last Monday. We did just what we wanted to, and that was punk out the best that they got.
Let's see now. 10 for Triple H, 16 for Flair. Raw is never going to forget the day SmackDown took out 26 world champions in one shot.
And now we're supposed to be scared because Triple H is leading a posse to SmackDown? Please. He shows up here, he's gonna get more of the same. They can't see me.
They're here! The Raw superstars are here!
Here we go. This is gonna be a rocket buster.
I think the SmackDown locker room is extremely...
Watch it. He reversed it.
A sickening impact from that steel chair. Talk about adding insult to injury. And these fans love it.
Yeah, well, you know what? He better worry more about the injury and less about the insult until this match is over.
He's got absolutely crazy with the steel chair, Taz.
You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
I never claimed to be completely objective, Taz. It's no secret
I've been locked in this hole before, and it hurts even worse than it looks.
I can't even imagine the amount of pain that this hole must inflict on any superstar who wants. He's using that ring bell as a weapon.
Man, I don't envy that ref. You know, he's putting that ring bell to good use right here, Cole. I think someone's looking for a weapon here, Cole.
Come on! That's a 2x4 wrapped in barbed wire! This has gotta stop!
There's the submission hold. I've seen a lot of superstars tap out to this one, Cole.
You and me both, partner, and we might be about to see another one right here.
No doubt what was... Wow, look at that submission. I ain't never seen it executed better.
Neither have I, partner, and this might be enough to get the tap out right here. Great reversal!
All right, time to say, man, what a chair shot. Reminds me of my old ECW days. You know, the key to winning a match like this is to build some momentum. And you're not going to see a match won with just one or two. Well, if they didn't want him using the chair like that, they should have left it lying around. You could really get your bell rung by the ring bell. Ding dong, ding dong.
And the crowd has come alive tonight with a chant directed at the superstars in the ring.
Yeah, and you can't let that break your focus. But that's easier said than done.
He saw that one coming.
So, Cole, you got any predictions? Who you think's gonna win this one? Wow, nice shot from that ring bell.
And here we go with the submission hold. This could be a pivotal moment in this match.
It sure could. There's a lot of pressure being applied in that hold, Cole. Listen to me, Cole. Getting hit by that thing's even worse than it looks. You can show off for the crowd all you want, but all that does is let your opponent rest up.
Actually, Taz, I think it's a great display of confidence on the part of this great superstar. That reversal might stop his opponent's momentum dead. This could be a finishing move right here. For the love of God, will someone please take that damn ring bell from him? Submission hold locked in. We may see a tap out right here.
And even if you can't make your opponent tap out, this will take...
Oh my God! That 2x4 could inflict a serious injury here.
Oh man, this is just about the last hold you want. That's all she wrote, Cole.
Here are your winners. Triple H. And Chris Benoit.
Hey, look, man. I understand why you're teaming up with Triple H tonight. John Cena and Big Show have got to be taught a lesson, and you guys owe them. But don't get too cozy with them. I'll be back on Raw tomorrow, and I've got some unfinished business with Triple H and Ric Flair that I plan to take care of. You know I respect you, and I hope you've got my back the way I had yours. But if you let them punk me out, you'll be making a big mistake.
Okay, Sheldon, I'll keep that in mind. But right now, I gotta focus on Cena and Show.
Looks like things have quieted down here a bit, JR.
Well, you can be certain that won't last long, King.
That's for sure. I haven't seen the superstar yet who goes down without a fight.
That went nowhere.
You know, JR, I racked my brains trying to think of a single flaw in Triple H, and I couldn't come up with anything. It's like he says, he really is the only diamond.
And it's been reversed.
There's the tag, JR. I think Triple H might be the greatest superstar of his generation.
He's a slippery devil.
I think I see where this one's going, JR. I don't think we're very far from the end of the match.
I disagree entirely, King. I'd bet my Oklahoma Sooner ass that this one isn't even close to being over.
That's a pretty big bet, JR. Are you sure you're able to cover it?
5.
When I look at Triple H, all I see is lost opportunity. He's so talented and so intelligent that he could have made such a positive impact on the business. Instead, he decided that he'd rather win at all costs.
This is a mistake, JR. Everyone knows that overconfidence costs superstars matches.
That might be true, King, but all I see is a very confident superstar who's got everything going his way. I'm not so sure this one's about winning or losing anymore. I think it's become more personal than that.
Of course it's personal, JR. Anytime you step into the ring with someone who wants to beat you down in order to win the match, it's personal.
I guess I can't argue with that, King. I just wonder if they'll be able to settle their differences in this match, or if it's going to wind up bigger than that.
He countered that one perfectly.
And there's the cover.
So come on, JR. Just between you and me, who are you pulling for in this matchup?
I'd like to see a clean victory by a superstar with a lot of heart and a lot of intensity. The submission is locked in. This could be huge.
Oh my gosh, JR. You can't go long without tapping after this. So who do you think's going to win this match, JR?
I'm not even going to hazard a guess, King. These superstars are so unpredictable that would be just about the most foolish thing I could possibly do.
I don't think that these superstars have even contemplated the fact that they might lose.
I'm sure they have. That's not the kind of attitude you come in with and expect to pick up the win.
You're right about that, JR. If you can't see yourself having your arm raised by the referee when it's over, don't bother showing up. You're not going to win a match by insulting your opponent.
No, but having the crowd behind you can certainly get the adrenaline pumping.
4.
He reversed it.
5. 6.
Boy, this he turned the tables on his opponent with that one. I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long that would be no easy feat. This is raw action at its finest. That's what...
He's really cranking up the pressure on that hole, JR.
He sure is. There's no doubt he's looking for the submission right here.
These superstars sure aren't going easy on each other here tonight.
What you expect, King? This isn't ballet, you know.
Oh, really, JR? Gosh, tell me more about your in-ring experience.
Well, I've got a pinfall victory over Triple H to my credit. How about you?
It looks like these superstars are looking for an opening.
And the first, you're not going to get him with that one.
You better tell the cameraman.
The referee saw the tag. I'll be honest with you, King. This is not the way I thought this match would go at all.
Me neither, JR. I guess that just goes to show that anything can happen in the WWE.
I think you hit the nail right on the head, King. And it's that unpredictability that makes it so exciting.
There's the reversal.
3. 4.
Can you believe we actually get paid to do this job, JR?
It's like a dream come true, King. Except when I have to sit here and listen to you drool over the Divas.
Come on, JR. You know I'm helpless when it comes to puppies.
Oh, I know, King. And that's why I'm bringing a pitcher of ice water out here with me next time.
Watch out! He reversed it!
What?
He's all fired up now, King. And I hate to be on the receiving end.
I don't think his opponent's got a hope of hurting him now.
4.
Oh, come on down. How about a little more wrestling and a little less posturing?
It's called adding insult to injury, JR, and I think it's great.
2.
He's climbing up. I'm not so sure this is a good idea. A lot of blood.
We could have a pinfall here, JR.
1, 2.
He almost had the 3 count right there, JR. His opponent telegraphed that one. I don't think these superstars have any intention of taking it easy on each other tonight.
That's not what they signed up for, King. And quite frankly, I think these fans would be disappointed if they didn't go all out.
Well, that's easy for the fans to say.
What a submission hold! Could this be a tap out?
It isn't. The hold can't be broken. You can't take this kind of pain for long. He saw that one coming. Oh, man. That's going to change the tone of this match, JR.
Yeah, and not for the better either. I wish the ref would actually pay attention to what's going on. A textbook reversal there. Boy, this John Cena...
What a counter! He sure is, JR. And I think he got all of that finisher. This is great, JR. Would you call this one a slobber knocker?
It's too early to tell, King, but it's definitely one hellacious matchup, no doubt about it.
Look at these superstars, JR. They absolutely refuse to be intimidated by each other.
There's a determined look in the eyes of these competitors. No one's giving an inch.
JR, you know that the referee's health plan doesn't include vision. What a reversal.
1. 1.
I think the best is yet to come in this match, JR.
I agree with you 100%. Whenever you put
3.
abilities of this caliber in a match together, it just gets
4.
better and better.
Oh, here we go. What a jerk. Continuing the match.
I don't think he's in any hurry to end this one, King. And I don't think the crowd wants it to end either.
8. 9.
No matter how many times I see...
10.
Oh, my gosh! It's over, JR!
Shelton Benjamin is back, and he's taking it right to Flair and Triple H with a steel chair.
Oh, no! He can't do that! Triple H and Flair are defenseless! Somebody needs to stop him!
They were partners before Flair injured Benjamin, but is that still the case?
I can't wait to see what's going to happen tomorrow night on Raw. I'll tell you one thing, though. I'd hate to be in Shelton Benjamin's shoes when Triple H gets his hands on him.
I called you out here tonight on Raw because I want to give you a very rare and valuable present. 2 of them, actually.
Oh my gosh, 2 presents, JR. It must be his birthday. Imagine celebrating your birthday with Triple H, JR. That's gotta be great.
I'm pretty sure it's not his birthday. And I've for damn sure seen the kind of presents that Triple H gives out.
The first is a thank you. From me to you. For watching my back in our match against John Cena and Big Show at SummerSlam. Of course, I didn't need your help, but you made my job a little bit easier.
I can't remember the last time Triple H thanked anyone.
So that's 1. And now that that's out of the way, here's number 2. Last night at SummerSlam, you didn't do a damn thing when Shelton Benjamin ran into the ring and attacked Ric Flair and I with a steel chair. Normally, that's the kind of mistake a guy like me would make sure a guy like you regretted for the rest of his life.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
So here's your second present. A free pass out of my ring and out of my life. But I'm warning you, this is a one-time offer, so don't blow it. Do the right thing and don't step between Shelton Benjamin and the ass-kicking he's going to get tonight.
Triple H let him off the hook, JR. If he were smart, he'd do the right thing and walk away.
I have to agree, that may be the smart thing to do, but I'm not sure it would be the right thing. After all, he may have a choice to walk away, but Shelton Benjamin's certainly not off the hook.
I think Triple H, he's got his opponent locked into submission, JR. This could be it.
It could indeed. He might force his opponent to tap out right here. He countered that and made it look easy.
There's the pin.
Rope break.
I think Shelton Benjamin's theme song says it all.
He saw that one coming. I know you're not a fan of everybody in this match, JR, but you've got to respect their dedication to this business.
Oh, absolutely, King. I don't have to. You're not going to get him with that one. This match is going to continue until someone's completely debilitated. And considering the resiliency of these superstars, that's not going to be easy.
That's for sure. No one in this match is going down without a fight.
And I wouldn't expect any less from them, King. Like them or not, you've got to respect the tenacity of each and every WWE superstar. He's a slippery devil.
2, 3.
Benjamin's a perfect example of why you don't want to let a young superstar rise too far too fast. All of his success has gone straight to his head.
What in the world are you talking about, King? Shelton?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Talk about a hole you don't want to find yourself in.
No kidding. This will rearrange your anatomy. He's not going to get caught with that one.
You got to respect the commitment and the dedication of these superstars to their careers.
No question about it, King.
One.
Every superstar on the roster has had to make more sacrifices than any other professional athlete I know.
It really is like being married to your career. There's not much room for anything else.
And marriage is a subject which you happen to be something of an authority. Isn't that right, King?
Come on now, JR. A man doesn't know what true happiness is until he's married. And then it's too late.
1. 1.
This capacity crowd is solidly behind their superstar. Look at this.
Wow.
3.
Can you be any more biased, JR? How about some fair and balanced commentary?
4.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's going to go.
1.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR,
3.
it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusions.
Well, judging from the shape I'm in, I don't appear to be doing too much of either, King. You're looking pretty good, though, I must say.
His opponent telegraphed that one.
Oh, boy, the adrenaline is... I think he's looking to put his opponent away here.
Oh, my gosh! T-bone suplex! Man, what a move!
That's nowhere near a 3 count.
You think these fans have gotten their money's worth tonight, JR?
If they haven't yet, I'm sure they're going to by the end of this match.
Well, I don't say this too often, but I completely agree with you. After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR...
The submission is locked in. This could be huge.
Oh, my gosh, JR! You can't go long without tapping out to this.
A textbook reversal there.
Oh, man, he's got a hold of his opponent. What's he gonna do?
T-bone suplex. My God, what speed. What power.
Wow, there's a hole you don't want to find yourself in, JR.
You sure don't, King. We've seen many a superstar tap out to this one. Can his opponent kick out of this pinning predicament?
Boy, these superstars have impressed the heck out of him. What a counter! What a move! It's not hard to tell why that's his finisher, JR. I don't know if his opponent has what it takes to kick out.
2.
Didn't even get a 2 count on that one.
He turned the tables on his opponent with that one. You talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these it's like he read his opponent's mind.
1.
I'm sure these competitors have studied each other very carefully.
This match would be over by now if they hadn't, JR. You never get into the ring without doing your homework.
3.
That would be a recipe for disaster for sure, King.
4.
The quickest way to lose a match is to underestimate your opponent.
I don't think he's underestimating anyone, King. I think he's making it clear that he refuses to be intimidated.
What does he think he's doing? He's just showing off for the crowd now.
He's wrestling the match his way, and I think it's going to pay off, mark my words.
2. 3.
I feel so lucky that I'm actually getting to see these superstars wrestle each other.
Me too, King. This one has the potential to become an instant classic.
So, JR, are you enjoying the match so far?
Yes, I am. I think these superstars are putting on one hell of an exhibition here tonight.
What's your favorite part of it so far?
I don't think it's happened yet. My favorite part of the match will be when you quit yapping and let me enjoy it.
Now, JR. Keep your words soft and sweet because you may have to eat them later.
3.
You know, JR, I racked my brains trying to think of a single flaw in Triple H, and I couldn't come up with anything. It's like he says, he really is the only diamond in this business.
I bet I can help.
I can't believe he countered that one.
He's all fired up now, King, and I'd hate to be on the receiving end.
I don't think his opponent's got a hope of hurting him now. I don't know where he thinks he's going. This could be a mistake.
These fans love confidence in their superstars, and that's just what they're seeing from him here tonight.
Well, he can do this until the cows come home, but that's not going to win him the match.
Oh, my! Talk about a taste of your own medicine. When I look at Triple H,
look at him, rubbing his opponent's face in it. I love it.
Well, this crowd doesn't seem to share your opinion. And quite frankly, I hope this comes back to bite him.
1. 2.
These superstars are beating the heck out of each other, and this crowd can't get enough of it.
It's what they paid to see, King, and they're getting their money's worth tonight.
They sure are, JR. There's no question these superstars are earning their paychecks.
1.
If he's looking for a weapon, he's in the right place.
3.
Look at the confidence radiating off this superstar.
All I see is an...
Oh! What a shot from that steel! When I look at Triple H, all I see...
Watch out! He reversed it!
He's going up! This could backfire!
You know, JR, I racked my brains trying to... Oh, boy, these top rope moves can go either way. Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine getting beaten with your own finisher, JR?
I don't think he's climbing up there for the view.
Let me tell you, JR, you won't see action like this anywhere except on Raw.
That's for sure, King. There's not another brand of sports entertainment out there that can compare.
He can pin him right here, JR. Oh, boy, this looks like an all-or-nothing move. This is great, JR. He's really letting his opponent have it.
I guess he is, but I'd like to see a little less sizzle and a little more steak, personally.
This match has the potential to be an instant classic, and I think these fans are too stupid to realize it.
How can you say that, King? How can you insult the intelligence of these WWE fans?
Well, I heard that we gave them an IQ test, and the results came back negative.
Folks, I don't believe it. We might see a superstar get beat for their own finishing move here.
It's like he read his opponent's mind. I think Triple H might be the greatest superstar of his generation. I think that in the future, superstars are...
Oh, man, I think we're about to see a high-risk move here.
CJR, this is exactly why Raw is the #1 brand in all of sports entertainment.
You're absolutely right, King. We've got the best superstars, the best... I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Two.
He used his opponent's own finishing move.
3, 4, 5.
It looks like these superstars are looking for an opening.
And the first one to find
6.
one will take control of this match. Up the turnbuckle he goes. I hope he knows what he's doing.
I talked to these superstars backstage before the match, and I don't think I've ever seen competitors so ready to get it on.
And that's coming through loud and clear here tonight in this match. They're not taking it easy on each other either.
It's been said a million times, but I'll say it again. This isn't ballet. Ruthless aggression is the name of the game. He's going for the cover, JR.
Excellent counter. What ring presence.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's going to go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusions.
Well, judging from the shape I'm in, I don't appear to be doing too much of either, King.
I can't believe he countered that one. I've got to say, JR, I'm really impressed by what we've seen here tonight.
How could you not be, King? These are some of the finest athletes in all of sports entertainment.
I know that, JR. I'm just saying that this has been a great match so far.
It has indeed, King, and I think it's only going to get better from here on out. He's a slippery devil. There's no room for error when you're on the top rope.
He turned the tables on his opponent with that one. I tell you, JR, this one has the potential to be a Match of the Year candidate.
No doubt about it, King. As far as I'm concerned, any WWE match has that potential.
He can't do that, JR. That's his opponent's finishing move.
He went straight for the pin. No flies on him. He's not going to get caught with that one.
You better tell the cameraman not to go for any close-ups on Chris Benoit, JR. We don't want people's TV screens cracking.
I don't think Benoit ever won any beauty contest, King. That's proper.
He's going up. But what's he going to do when he gets there? He's looking for that finisher, and he can do it here.
He countered that and made it look easy.
You know, JR,
What a reversal. Oh, my God! That's his opponent's finisher. He just stole it.
He reversed it. I think I see where this one's going, JR. I don't think we're very far from the end of the match.
I disagree entirely, King. I'd bet my Oklahoma Sooner ass that this one isn't even close to being over.
That's a pretty big bet, JR. Are you sure you're able to cover it? His opponent has softened him up, JR. Now it's in for the kill.
He's got no defense left against a strong submission hold.
No trouble kicking out of that one.
Well, you can't ever accuse the WWE fans of being shy about saying what's on their minds.
You sure can't, JR. And I don't think we'd have it any other way.
Rope break.
Chris Benoit thinks he's the toughest superstar in the WWE. But I think he's lying through his tooth.
Will you stop? How can you possibly not like Chris Benoit, King? How can you not have respect for his accomplishments?
What accomplishments? Taking 16 years to finally win the World Heavyweight title? I'm supposed to kiss his...
And it's been reversed.
He's climbing the turnbuckle. Oh boy, here he goes.
And here's the pin.
1, 2.
Is that? No, only 2.
So come on, JR. Just between you and me. Who are you pulling for in this matchup?
I'd like to see a clean victory by a superstar with a lot of heart and a lot of intensity who puts on the best performance possible for the fans, King.
Here he goes. Up the turnbuckle. This could be really good or really bad. He countered that one perfectly. I'd hate to be that referee, JR. Can you imagine having to tell one of these superstars no?
Boy, I think I've had nightmares about trying to do something like that, King.
They're taking it down a notch, JR. This could get interesting.
They're picking their spots, King. You got to know when to hold them, and...
What a finishing move! I get chills every time I see it.
A textbook reversal there.
I am so glad these fans can't stand it when he does this, JR. But I think it's great.
He's sure not going to win over any fans with that move, but I don't think that bothers him too much, quite frankly.
I don't think I've ever felt more anticipation during a match than I am right now, JR.
I know what you're not going to get him with that one.
I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long that would be no easy feat.
Climbing up the turnbuckle isn't bad. It's all the ways you can come down that hurt. He just stole his opponent's finishing move. Talk about adding insult to injury, JR. What a counter!
Looks like he's trying for a pin here.
His opponent telegraphed that one.
I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars...
He's got that submission hold locked in.
He sure does, JR. He might make his opponent tap out right here.
This match is going to continue until someone's completely debilitated. And considering the resiliency of these superstars, that's not going to be easy.
That's for sure. No one in this match is going down without a fight.
And I wouldn't expect any less from them, King. A reversal. Can he capitalize on it? I tell you, King, I've got no earthly idea how these superstars can maintain this intensity week after week after week.
It's not easy, JR. There's no off-season. It's not like you've got 6 months to recover after WrestleMania.
That's for damn sure. And that's why I don't think there can be any doubt in anyone's mind that the superstars of the WWE are the greatest athletes in the world.
He saw that one coming. I think I know who's going to win this match, but I don't want to say. I'm afraid I'll jinx it.
Come on, King. Don't tell me you're superstitious.
Of course not, JR. I'm not superstitious because I know that's unlucky.
That's a short clock.
Oh, boy. Here it comes. Now remember, kids, whatever you do, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. Even these trained professionals wind up pretty badly banged up after a match.
After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try this stuff themselves.
That's for damn sure, King. The WWE superstars are trained professionals.
And even they don't walk away from every match in the best shape.
They sure don't. We've seen more than one superstar taken out of here on a stretcher. I think this crowd's giving these superstars a piece of their minds, King.
Are you sure they can afford it, JR?
The submission has been expertly applied, and now it's just a matter of time.
That's right, JR. You've either got to break the hold or get broken by it.
That went nowhere.
Flat on your back with your shoulders on the mat is no place to be. 2. He almost had the 3 count right there, JR. No matter who wins this one, everyone's going to feel the effects of this match tomorrow.
No doubt about it, King. But if you win, you don't have to deal with hurt pride on top of it.
There's the reversal. Oh, man. I've been in this hope.
He's done it. That's the match.
Stop it! Stop it right there! This has gone on long enough. I am sick of the interference and the cheap shots. You two are going to settle this in a rematch at Unforgiven. In a World Heavyweight title match. And just to make sure that Shelton Benjamin and Ric Flair don't get involved, it's going to be a steel cage match.
Did you hear that, King? A steel cage match for the World Heavyweight title at Unforgiven. And Flair and Benjamin are barred from ringside.
Unforgiven is right. I don't think Triple H is going to forgive Bischoff for this one, JR. His opponent telegraphed that one. After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try this stuff themselves.
That's for damn sure. The WWE superstars are trained professionals.
And even they don't walk away from every match in the best shape.
They sure don't. We've seen more than one superstar taken out of here on a stretcher. And it's been reversed.
Now remember, kids, whatever you do, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. Even these trained professionals wind up pretty badly banged up after a match. Excellent counter. What ring presence.
This is great, JR. Would you call this one a slobber knocker?
It's too early to tell, King, but it's definitely one hellacious matchup, no doubt about it.
There's the reversal. I think Triple H might be the greatest superstar of his generation. I think that in the future, superstars are going to talk.
You're not going to get him with that one.
You know, it's like he read his opponent's mind. I've been looking forward to this match all night, JR. I can't believe it's finally underway.
This has been a hotly anticipated...
He saw that one coming. You better tell the cameraman not to go for any close-ups on Chris Benoit, JR. We don't want people's TV screens cracking.
I don't think Benoit ever won any beauty contest, King. That's probably because he was too busy putting his body on. The referee is down, and now there's no one to maintain order in this match.
Where do they find these referees, JR? They seem to be awfully fragile.
When I look at Triple H, all I see is lost opportunities.
Watch out! He reversed it! Benoit thinks, looks like someone's hit. Uh-oh. This isn't going to be pretty. So long, ref. Sweet dreams.
It's going to be a while before the referee gets up from that.
How can you not see through that? He was obviously faking.
He's got his opponent in a pinning predicament. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have been shed in that very ring. He's not going to get the 3 count without doing some more damage first. If one of these superstars starts to build momentum, it could be the beginning of the end of this match.
That's right, JR. You don't see a lot of matches won with 1 or 2 big moves.
You sure don't. You've got to lay the groundwork first. The targeted attacks we've been seeing have taken their toll.
He's about 1 submission hold away from tapping out. I can't believe he countered that one. I don't care how tough you are, JR. That's it. The match is over.
Cut the music! An obscure WWE regulation has just been brought to my attention. As it turns out,
the title cannot be contested in a steel cage during the month of September. And since this is September and that is a steel cage, I've got no choice but to void the referee's decision.
What on earth? You gotta be kidding me. I've never heard of such a thing.
No, I think he's right, JR. That sounds like the Virgil Runnels Amendment. That's been on the books for years.
Hold on. Hold on. Due to the extraordinary circumstances surrounding this title match, I feel that it's only fair to vacate the title until a proper rematch can be made.
Vacate the title? What the hell is Bischoff playing at?
Well, Bischoff is the Raw general manager. He gets paid big money to make the tough decisions. He's got to go by the rule book.
Rule book my eye. This has nothing to do with some alleged Virgil Runnels Amendment or anything else. Bischoff just screwed both men. Though for the life of me, I can't figure why. One thing for certain, he's damn lucky there's a steel cage between them and him.